Hello to all our LinkedIn followers. Welcome to our LinkedIn Live series on customer service in times of change. I am Inbal Biton-Gal with the portfolio marketing team of NICE. I'm here with my co-worker, David Wasserman. Today, we'll cover the key best practices for contact center agents working from home.
That's right, Inbal. Thanks for everyone joining today. With the tremendous challenges that some contact centers are having in moving agents from home, we thought it would be a great opportunity to bring our best person from NICE in to provide some best practices around how to do this very well. So without further ado, let me introduce Ryan Romero. Welcome, Ryan.
Welcome, Ryan. Why don't you give us a little bit of background about yourself?
Absolutely. Well, over the last few decades, I've worked in just about every position a contact center has to offer across a number of industries. And about 15 years ago, I started working with at-home call centers, leading an operations team for a boutique contact center. I've worked for billion-dollar outsourcers and small businesses and startup call centers. So for the last few years, I've been working here at NICE as a business consultant with the value realization team. And I work across our portfolio of products.
So thanks, Ryan, for that introduction. You know, there's probably a lot of best practices you could cover today in our session, but why don't we just stick to the top three? So with that, how do contact center agents or contact center organizations really get started in moving agents to home?
Yeah, David. So the first best practice that I want to call out is leveraging cloud native environments to transition to work at home. So moving your contact center to a true native cloud environment is the only way to gain speed and agility necessary to seamlessly move employees to a remote environment. Why? It's because it allows you to extend your call center capabilities to the home environment, and cloud native applications, they can be accessed from anywhere that employees literally have an internet connection, a computer, and a web browser. So giving that, it makes the transition for agents working from home seamless and literally immediate. Now, add with the COVID-19 crisis requiring a mass amount of people to go from home quickly, you can now understand how a cloud native solution is essential for organizations to continue to service their customers. And the big one here is business continuity. These solutions are more cost effective and elastic, and they can easily scale up and down based on the business demands and approach versus investing in fixed infrastructure that may be more than you need some months and less than you need in others.
Ryan, in this new environment, organizations are dealing with a whole new business reality, like agents working from home. We know making changes to the infrastructure is difficult within the traditional contact center. How does a cloud environment solve for that?
Inbal, you're absolutely right. When you think of cloud native, you need to think the ultimate in flexibility. So unlike traditional solutions, applications are not just managed at the individual desktop, they're managed in the cloud itself. So with the current crisis, it's also not just our contact center employees at home, but it's also our IT professionals. They're also working from home, and therefore they need a centralized location to apply patches and changes and updates to the technology that all employees utilize. So in a cloud native solution, everything is centrally managed, and employees can easily access these new applications through their web browser.
Okay, Ryan, that's terrific. So now we've successfully, I'll call it, transitioned our agents back home as a first step. But what would be the next best practice in the process?
The second best practice is using advanced analytics to automate your understanding of remote interactions. So one of the main challenges in today's distributed contact center where employees work from home is how do you understand what's happening with the customer interactions? And how do you ensure that agents are providing the best level of service? How do you quantify it? This type of solution leverages speech and text analytics to understand the root cause as to why customers are calling, and then automatically categorizes them across all channels and customer journeys. A fantastic way to reduce contact volume, which, let's be honest, is a huge issue right now, is to reconstruct your entire quality process from end to end. Organizations can take this opportunity to leverage things like interaction analytics technology to automate and act on their top contact drivers and focus their development on alternative ways to promote self-service. Interaction analytics enables you to gauge things like customer sentiment and agent empathy. From there, you can make the necessary changes through coaching and to improve customer satisfaction to create extraordinary customer experiences.
So, Ryan, this sounds really interesting, especially in the current COVID-19 crisis where both agents and customers are under extreme levels of stress and change. Can you dig into this a bit more?
Absolutely. So imagine being able to interpret every interaction and transform actionable behaviors into data. So consistent, accurate, and without bias. Let me give you a quick example of what I'm talking about here. Imagine, just for a second, the ability to listen to your customers and measure your agents on things like soft skills. Is the agent actively listening? Are they building rapport? Are they asking the right probing questions, etc.? And then being able to take that data and use it to predict churn statistics. That's one example of many. This technology is amazing, and it's real, and it's in the market today.
That's great, Ryan, and super exciting. So just to be conscious of time, what's our third best practice today?
Third best practice is the importance of automation for work-at-home success. So remote workers, they need access to the same subject matter experts and support that they had in the office. And automation is a great way to bridge that gap, especially in these times of change. Think about policies and information and how to disseminate that down to your team. Organizations need to be able to drive these changes to their remote employees. From the employee side, they need reliable access to the company's knowledge bank of information, and they need it in real time. A lot of companies tend to overlook this during all the chaos, but as soon as they move people home, it becomes a harsh reality.
Ryan, another thing we hear from organizations is how agents are struggling, no longer receiving the real-time support they used to get from the supervisors or from more seasoned agents. Can you talk a little bit about how agents can get real-time guidance and support through this automation?
Absolutely, Inbal. So remember, when you're in the office, employees can reach out to their neighbor sitting next to them and get real-time assistance if their supervisor or their coach isn't available. But when they're working from home, they can still do that, but you have to change things up a little bit. So make sure that you continuously have someone there throughout the day to help answer any questions. Have a process in place to monitor those interactions. In a work-at-home environment, agents lose their entire support structure. Automation can fill that void and take the place of support previously provided in the office. We're seeing a lot of companies that are using this horrible pandemic as an opportunity to break into this really cool stuff. Imagine having a virtual attendant there to guide your agents. Now, let me give you an example here. Let's say that you just brought on a new hire class of 20 people, and they're now in production. We know that people that are new, they're still trying to get the fundamentals of their job down. And imagine if you can have an automated virtual attendant pop up on the screen as you're taking someone's payment, as an example, and the attendant says, hey, don't forget to update their contact information or offer X to their order for a 50% discount. The ROI on this is significant. So challenge yourself to look at automation during this transition time. There are tremendous benefits as well as economies of scale that can be gained here.
Ryan, look, we appreciate you joining us today. It was super helpful information. Just to recap for our audience, the 3 best practices to successfully move contact center agents to work from home are?
You got it, David. Number 1, leverage cloud native environments to transition to work at home. Number 2, utilize advanced analytics to automate your understanding of remote interactions. And number 3, deploy automation from work at home success.
Ryan, thank you so much for joining us today. And to our followers on LinkedIn, we hope you found this session helpful. As a reminder, Be sure to check out our website on nice.com if you wish to read more thought leadership pieces about how to help your contact center agents work from home in these times of change.
And be sure to join us next Tuesday at the same time as we continue in our series on successfully moving contact center agents from home. From all of us at NICE, thank you for joining us today. Be well, be healthy. Bye-bye.